Okay, so here's another Shitdea that I just kind of had off the top of my head, and I haven't been doing anything today, so I'm gonna try and get the ball rolling with my fucking Shitdea podcast, so I can put other stuff out that is way better than fucking Shitdeas. Okay, timelessness doesn't always need to exist. And here's the thing. So, like, what I really like about art that isn't timeless, that, like, makes reference to things that happened during the time, is that, like, it lets you, like, sort of see a picture of what was, like, important or going on, like, in the past. So, like, say, like, for like, a lot of people bring up the Boondocks, but it's, like, you have that, like, one episode, like, I haven't seen the Boondocks in years, so I can't remember exactly what happened or what, like, the moral message was. But I do remember the episode was about, like, the R. Kelly incident that happened, like, in 2005. So then people can look at it and be like, oh, yeah, that was a thing that happened in specifically 2005 that we learnt from and we're, like, never going to do again. And this doesn't even just extend to, like, actual, well, I don't want to say actual broadcasted art. I want to, like, this doesn't extend to just, like, popular culture art. Like, Monkey Jones is one of the coolest channels in the world because, like, what I really like about Monkey is that he, like, is basically teaching, like, a shit ton of different, like, morals and lessons through the 2014 Elliot Rodger case. And, like, only Monkey would do that, first off. And second off, like, shit, where was I going with this? Second off, like, no one post 2014 was really discussing, like, everyone thought that case was dead and that, oh, okay, it's like just another school shooter case to most people probably, but not to Monkey. Monkey made, like, Monkey made his fucking YouTube career off of Elliot Rodger, and it was just this random thing that happened in 2014 that, like, people completely forgot about, but now in, like, my brain, and maybe in, like, other people's brains who watch Monkey, like, in our brains, we now, like, think to ourselves, okay, so this was this big, important event that happened in 2014, and we can learn all of this other stuff from it. And, like, Elliot Rodger is, like, intrinsically linked to 2014. Like, I guess, like, this could happen today, but, like, not in these specific circumstances of Elliot Rodger's life, or the specific actions wouldn't be the exact same. Like, the general idea could be the same, but the fact that it happened to 22-year-old Elliot Rodger in 2014 is, like, a big linked thing to it. And it allows us to see, like, this was an important event that happened in 2014. And then, like, another thing that I wanted to bring up was, like, references to pop culture stuff at the time. So, like, there's this anime called Bastard, which is basically just, like, the entirety of the fucking show was made from basically, like, all of these, like, metal music references that were probably popular around the time of, like, 1988 to, like, 1991, when, like, the manga came out in 1988 and anime came out in 1991. And, like, it just makes reference to all these musicians, so I can be like, okay, so these were, like, popular enough musicians to make it into this anime and manga in order to, like, be referenced and be solidified throughout history. So anyone who picks up Bastard can learn about, excuse me again, man, I am, like, a gassy man. I am a fucking gassy man. Okay, so it makes reference to, like, all these other things, and you just learn from that, and you can go and look up, like, why these musicians were important enough to be in an anime and in a manga, and, like, how they influence these other musicians. It basically gets your head thinking timeful art, or art that is intrinsically linked into the time period, gets you thinking and researching into other things. And this can extend to a bad example, for sure. I mean, like, rocket power is literally just a bunch of 90s tropes and cliches, the cartoon, and it doesn't make reference to any actual thing that happened in the 90s. It's just like a 90s thing that makes reference to cliches, like I said. Ooh, this is like a hard one to get through. This is something that needs to be developed into a script, because I clearly cannot do this off the top of my head. Okay, so I guess that's a good Shitdea